everyone. Hey everyone, I just wanted to say that I hope you guys are having a great start to your winter break. And I also just wanted to apologize. I was not able to get out the November video to you guys because I was out a lot due to some personal emergencies that had to take me away from school for a few weeks. So just wanted to let you know that I'm back. And so I have decided to combine November and December together as the two essential employability skills and character traits. I am going to try to go through them a little bit quicker than I normally do since there are two of them, but you are more than welcome to reach out to me if you think of questions or just want to go into a little bit more detail with them. And again, just to remind you that I do have these videos for parents and students. Although they are geared a little bit more towards the students and getting you involved, I do have like a career development coordinator tip of the month that I share at the end, and that is especially good for parents and students because I try to make the information relevant to both of you. So to quickly get into November, I know this is a month late, but I still wanted to share what they are with you just because, we do focus on these here at CTech. So it is important to know that, we're preparing you for school and workplace for these employability skills. So that way you'll be ready once you enter the workforce. So for November, we have being responsible as the trait and resource management as the skill. So just going into the trait of being responsible or responsibility, it is having moral, legal, or mental accountability, something for which one is responsible. So just to go into a little bit more detail about that, at school, you can show that you're responsible by letting a teacher know when you or someone else needs help, whether this is on your schoolwork or if someone's being bullied or maybe they've been having bad thoughts, and so just reaching out to a teacher or counselor just to have that responsibility of protecting you and others around you. Owning your behavior. So if you're having a bad day, own it, be responsible for it, and apologize for it. But hopefully when you own your behavior, you're having a good day and you're spreading sunshine and being nice to your classmates and teachers and being involved in the lesson. Keeping track of your belongings, that's being responsible, not leaving your charger behind or your laptop behind or your homework, saying that you lost it, just being responsible of your belongings and your work that you do at school. And then another example is doing your work on time. So if a teacher has a due date of, let's say, January 11th or whatever the date might be, making sure you turn it in either by the due date or even before the due date shows that you're responsible. And this goes hand in hand with workplace. And that's why, we focus on these skills and traits here at CTech is because a lot of these skills that we're trying to teach you here at CTech also relate to the workplace. But just some more specific examples of how it could be different in the workplace is, being safe and following the workplace rules. I know sometimes when you have certain rules in place at work, once you get used to it, you may start to cut corners and find shortcuts, but it's still important to follow the rules like they're meant to be followed so that way you don't have any accidents on the job or whatever it may be, whether it's an accident for yourself or an accident for others. And another example is taking responsibility for your actions, words, and performance at work. So again, this kind of goes hand in hand with some of the stuff I talked about for the school examples, but the way that you act and the words that you say when you are at work, you should be held accountable for those and take responsibility for what you say. So try to always go into work with a positive mind and attitude, even though every day may not be a good day for you, but sometimes you have to kind of put on that extra face or that extra layer to get through your workday. Moving on to the skill, which is resource management. It is the effective or efficient and effective deployment of an organization's resource when they are needed. So organization could be school or it could be your workplace. So in the school setting, asking for help, whether that's, taking advantage of office hours with your teachers if you're a remote learner, or asking for help if you're here on campus. Our teachers also will take time to tutor individually if needed. So, take advantage of reaching out to your teachers and asking for that help if you're falling behind. And if you're a Cape Fear Community College student or taking those college classes, I just sent something out, I think it was last week, to those students, to juniors and seniors, showing you some of the lab resources that Cape Fear offers for online tutoring. Um, and they also have the library, which helps with writing and tutoring as well. So making sure to reach out to those resources because they are there for you. And then also support staff, which includes Miss Appleton, Miss Batchelor, and myself, just reaching out to us if you need help outside of maybe math or English work. If you need help with college assistance or career assistance or whatever it may be, we are here for you to do that. And then in the workplace, some ways to take advantage of resource manage is to take advantage of the business resources and help that you may have there. So maybe there's another business that you partner with who can help you. Reaching out to a coworker or boss for advice or help. If you come across the issue at work, you don't have to solve it by yourself. You can take advantage of your peers and coworkers to help you with that. And maybe networking outside of your business. I know for me as a career development coordinator, there's a CDC at every high school. So, if I come across a student that wants to do a job in a certain field that I'm not that familiar with, or I don't have experience, I do have some other coworkers outside of CTEC that I can reach out to and network with. So, take advantage of all the resources that you have. Moving on to December, because trying to keep this speedy, the trait is integrity and employability skill for December, which we're still in, is work ethic. So for integrity, it is the courage to do right regardless of consequences and inconvenience. So at school, you can do this by going to a teacher or staff member when you have important information. Again, going back to something I mentioned earlier, like if you know of a student who's being bullied or is thinking about hurting themselves or whatever it may be, reaching out to a teacher or staff member to let us know, that this is going on so we can help them is important. But it doesn't always have to be that. Maybe reaching out to a teacher or staff member if there's something important going on in your life that you need us to know about is another way you can do that. Say Something is an app and a program that New Hanover County introduced last year, I believe, and Miss Appleton helps manage this, and I know that she's done some presentations on this last year, and I think she did a refresher presentation for our new students and current students this year with the Say Something app. So if you know of anything here or see of anything that you think a teacher or staff member needs to know, there is the Say Something app that you can do anonymously to report that. And then just being honest and trustworthy is another part of having integrity, being a person that somebody can go to and trust and rely on. Moving on to workplace, all of those before options can kind of relate to the workplace as well, but some other ways you can show integrity is by setting positive examples, being trustworthy, reliable, responsible for your actions, and leading by examples. And as you can see, workplace is highlighted in blue. So the PowerPoint that I'm going to share with the video as well, if you go through the PowerPoint, you can actually click on that and see one of the articles that I used to get some of these examples to read a little bit more. Work ethic, it's a standard of conduct and values for job performance. And you can definitely show work ethic. They definitely interchange with each other in the school and the workplace setting. But, just doing your own work, not copying from others or going online and copying an essay that's not yours. Completing work on time, have needed supplies every day, completing quality work. So not only completing your work on time, but making sure you complete all of it and that it's quality work. Cooperate and contribute, whether that's just in class discussion or group work, just being involved and doing what you're supposed to do is good work ethic. In the workplace, you can show this by staying professional, being reliable, punctual, like being on time, making sure you show up for your scheduled work day and staying the whole day, time management, making sure you have enough time to get your work done and prioritizing what needs to be done. Being honest and taking initiative also qualifies as work ethic. So I just wanted, last thing real quick before I go, I did want to share my CDC tip or resource of the month. I know last time in October, I showed you guys my website. And so this time I wanted to actually show you something that was on my website, which was the youth employment form that students under the age of 18 have to get filled out for the workers permit. And so today I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the workers permit and youth employment rules, because I know we've had some students who are working over the recommended hours for their age, and sometimes parents don't know that there are, or even students don't know that you do have hour cutoffs as well as breaks that you are entitled to as a youth employee. So let's see if this works for sharing, because I'm using a different platform. So I think I have it switched over to the right slide. So on this website, which is linked to that PowerPoint, if you click on the picture on the slide, it will take you to this link right here. And you can read about the different rules, which I'll go to in a second. I don't know if you can see right here where my mouse is hovering over the green icon that says work hour limitations for youth. So that's where you can learn more about the work hours and breaks that you're entitled to as a youth employee. But you can also learn more about positions on driving and tanning beds and hazardous occupations. So for example, anyone under the age of 18 not supposed to be working like with an electrical company, handling, or might not be able to work machinery, like a backhoe or standing up on a ladder. So you do have some limitations that you are allowed to do you're not allowed to do when you're under the age of 18. So, but before I click on the work hour limitations, I did just want to scroll down. If you don't remember where to get to the workers permit on my website, again, if you click on the picture from the PowerPoint and scroll down to where it says go to the application, you can click right here and it will take you to the application you need to fill out for a permit. So going back up real quick just to show you the work hour limitations for youth, it breaks it down for rules for 14 and 15-year-olds. You're only allowed to work between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., although you can work until 9 p.m. from June 1st through Labor Day when school is not in session. So as you can see here, it just breaks it down what you are allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. And you cannot work during school hours. So saying you have to leave work or school early to go to work, that is not a valid excuse, because you are not supposed to be scheduled to work during school hours. And you are required to have a 30-minute break after any period of 5 consecutive hours. So just in case you have someone working you 6, 7, 8 hours and not giving you a break, just know it is your right to have a break. And then we also have some rules here for 16 and 17-year-olds. It does get a little bit more lax once you turn 16. And then, of course, when you're 18, just the regular work hours and rules apply to you once you turn 18. So again, just wanted to share this with you so that way you could have this as a resource. I will stop sharing now and move back over to my video. But thank you for joining. And again, I apologize for getting this out late, but I've just been playing a lot of catch up since being out of work, and I hope to continue these monthly videos as we get back in January. So thank you. And again, I hope you have a great break, and I will see you next month.